The High Court in Pretoria has denied leave to appeal a tariff increase judgment. Electricity regulator NERSA and the municipal association SALGA sought to persuade the court to reconsider its earlier judgment. Meanwhile, AfriForum challenged the method that was used to increase tariffs in municipality. The lobby group now wants NERSA to be compelled to refund consumers for tariff hikes imposed from July this year. Joining us now is Nhlanhla Ngidi, Head of Energy and Electricity at SALGA. A very good afternoon to you, Nhlanhla. Thanks very much for your time. Pay back the money, says AfriForum.
Good afternoon, Fulvio, and also good afternoon to your viewers at home. Thank you very much for having me, and thank you for the question. I think where we want to start, the point of departure is SALGA. The reason why we had also applied for leave to appeal, it's not necessarily to want to not comply or due to the fact that we don't want our members to comply. I think from where we sit, we've always sent the same message every time we are in the media or any platform, that we support that cost of supply studies must be done. We support that the cost-reflective tariffs must be charged by municipalities, but in order to get there, it takes a bit of time. And what we always wanted and what we always asked for was time, because as SALGA, in the background, we've been working very hard trying to get municipalities to comply. At this point, we have about 167 municipalities that are licensed to distribute electricity. And I think a little over 70 was reported by NERSA to have done cost of supply studies. And we have accepted that, and we went out to seek for assistance to get more municipalities to do these cost of supply studies. And now we have around 40 municipalities that have been accepted in a support program with an international partner, where we are going to be developing and upskilling them to get these cost of supply studies. So for us, it's more time to get there, and not necessarily that we don't want to comply. In terms of paying back the money, I mean, you can almost tell how much or see how much that is going to put everyone in turmoil. A municipality is already, this court order is asking them not to increase tariffs. It's actually asking them not to offset a tariff that Eskom is already charging them, of which Eskom was allowed to increase. So it means municipalities must still charge the previous year's tariffs, and that is unsustainable. Municipalities are in the red financially, and we need to be responsible and not get them to a much more worse situation. And that is why we are sending the same message. We agree with the court outcome that municipalities and NERSA needs to do tariffs based on cost of supply studies. And we're trying to get the municipality to that point, all our municipalities to that point. But unfortunately, the rejection of the appeal puts us in a bit of a fix. We have to go back to the drawing board and see how we can fast-track the support that we're giving municipalities, because we cannot get municipalities to revert back to the old tariff. That is going to put them more in a financial turmoil. Thank you very much.
But why, though, should consumers, ratepayers, continue to pay what they regard to be unfair while you are busy, or municipalities are busy with cost of supply studies?
Yes, I like this question because I have researched answers of it. Cost of supply studies is a study that you do to be able to quantify how much it costs you to run the business, how much it costs you to supply me and you with electricity. And the municipalities, a number of them that have done that, the result of those cost of supply studies say you are actually charging 3 times less. So the question of the customers are being charged unfairly right now, it might neither be here nor there.
But then, I mean, is it, if Nhlanhla decides to get into business offering a service or selling a product, they would then look around at how much your competitors charge for the same service and what you are offering to the consumer, and you would immediately arrive at a price, and that's what you will sell your product or service for. But unfortunately, in this instance, the consumer, the average consumer, is not in that position, entirely at the mercy of municipalities and the ESCOMs.
Yeah, and I think maybe let me put a bit of a perspective in that, good for you. You know, the municipalities are in a retail space. They are selling a product that they are buying from ESCOM. So in their tariff, 80% to 85% of their cost component or the cost driver is the cost of the ESCOM tariff. So the municipalities are just playing around with 15, 20% for salaries, for operations and maintenance, and all the other operational needs that they have. So we could say, you know, technically, we could say the tariff that municipalities are charging would be 80 to 85% accurate, because they are already factoring in the cost of the ESCOM, power. So it's only the 15 minutes that needs to be worked on to be more accurate. And I don't think it's way outside, but the cost of supply studies that we've seen are actually giving us results that if municipalities are to charge the real cost of electricity, they have to bump the price 2 to 3 times from what they charge now. So I can safely say, and with confidence, that right now we are not consuming cost-reflective tariffs, and our electricity is still cheaper than what it's supposed to be in accordance with the running of the electricity business. And that's why I said, the response to the question, unfair, prices, we have a bit of research on that, because we've seen cost of supply studies and the results that they give. They give us, 2 times, 3 times the price that we should be charging right now.
Now, technically, you may well be correct, but it still doesn't make it. It doesn't make it fair.
Yes. What
I'm saying is, you're right. Municipalities are passing on because they too are at the receiving end, but it still doesn't make the whole thing fair.
Yes, I think, you're right, but it doesn't sound fair. And that's why I'm trying to actually, just give a bit of a background on it so that we understand. I think eventually all of us need to, at some point in the country, to know how much it costs a municipality or an ESCOM to actually send the kilowatt hours to your house. All of us don't know that. Even with the ESCOM pricing, we don't know how much it costs ESCOM to actually supply us. The fair point that we all need to get to is when all of us know the cost to serve, or the cost to serve electricity, so that we know when we complain that it's expensive, but we know that it's not based on a thumb-sucked concept. So I agree with you, because right now, to a consumer, it sounds like everything is being thumb-sucked, but it isn't. There are components that are already accurate, and I've made an example of the ESCOM cost driver, which is the biggest cost in a municipal, cost drivers, 80 to 85%. So we need to make sure that the 15% becomes more and more accurate, so that everything is fair and square. So I agree with you, we need to do better, and that's why we are busy supporting municipalities, making sure that they comply to this court order, they comply to, cost-reflective tariff requirements from the regulator.
We'll see what becomes of this one. But very, very quickly, you did talk about going back to the drawing board. Does that mean that you may decide to petition the Supreme Court of Appeal?
From our legal team, I'm not sure what's the stance, but I can tell you because I'm leading the technical team. What we are busy with right now is we're trying to fast track the support to an extent that we go back to NERSA or the court judge to show them that we are indeed trying to get to a point where we 100% comply with the court order. All we ever needed was time.
And that's what we're going to leave it for now. Nhlanhla, Ngidi, thanks very much.